Good afternoon from San Marcos La Laguna here in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. San Marcos is actually a very small town. There's basically just a few walking streets back here behind me. No vehicles actually going this part of the town. It does extend a bit up into the hills behind me here as well, where you can drive vehicles and stuff, but it's honestly tiny. This dock behind me, where the boats are loading up, mostly go to San Pedro, which is actually this way, which is the direction I'm facing. It's kind of hard for this camera to see right now because of all the glare from the sun. But yeah, it's a pretty small town. Why, might you ask, am I staying in such a small town here on Lake Atitlan? It's actually because I'm volunteering at a hostel here called Hostel del Lago, which is a pretty sweet place. Some of those time lapses I took in the beginning of this video were actually taken from our dock at the hostel, which is right on the lake. So you have actually lake access from the hostel. You don't have to leave. So that's what I'm doing. I'm volunteering here. Not quite sure how long I'm going to be here yet. Probably around 2 months, I'd imagine. But again, I don't know. I don't have any plans going forward as to where else I'll be going after this, to be honest with you. For those of you who do not know, if you are planning on traveling to Guatemala, then you get a 90-day tourist visa upon arrival, and then you either have to leave the country, basically do a visa run, leave the country and come back in and get another 90 days, or you can actually extend your tourist visa now for another 90 days, but I believe you have to go all the way to Guatemala City to do that. And if you're way out here, you know, in Lake Atitlan, which we're hours away from Guatemala City, it's not really that practical to do that. So a lot of people just do visa runs and make a trip out of it and come back. So yeah, I don't know if I'll stay beyond 90 days. I think I'd more likely leave for a bit and come back if I wanted to at a later date. Also, if you're wondering, almost all the hostel work I do, at least internationally in other countries, I find through Workaway. Opportunities on workaway.info. It's a website that does workaway stuff, work trade stuff. So if you're interested in checking it out, then go check out workaway.info. It's a pretty cool, you know, workaway service, work trade service that you can do. Now in this episode, I'm only going to be talking about and show you guys a little bit around San Marcos, just because this is where I'm starting and kind of basing myself out of for this time, at least in Guatemala. So I will be planning on going to some other towns around the lake in the future to you know, show you guys a bit more. Again, San Marcos is a really small town, so I probably won't be doing too many videos dedicated just to this town, except for this one. That's why my plan is to absolutely do other videos dedicated to other towns around the lake, and then I'll show you guys bits and pieces of things to do around here, probably just scattered about in different videos. That's kind of the plan for now. Today, this video is just going to be about San Marcos, because I'm not going anywhere else today, and I figured it'd be a good introduction video for this town and why I was here. I was paid to get into the National Wildlife Reserve thing here. I actually don't know the exact name of it, or I don't actually know how to pronounce it. But yeah, it cost 15 quetzales, which is the local Guatemalan currency here, and 15 quetzales equals about $2 US, so it's not really that expensive to get in. I thought I would just come explore this a bit since I was here, and it's kind of like one of the biggest things to do in San Marcos, since there isn't a ton to do here, to be honest with you. Like, you have to go elsewhere around the lake. I know you can also rent kayaks here, which I'll probably show you guys in a future video. One of these mornings I'll get out and do that, and it's not very expensive. I think it's like $2 for an hour or something like that. But I'm just gonna wander around this place and you know, shoot some footage and show you guys what it's like. This is actually a really beautiful spot. Like, I'm quite impressed by this. Like, wow, it's beautiful. So I thought I'd share at least a little bit of information about Lake Atitlan. There's actually two volcanoes here which are almost in view right now. Volcan San Pedro is behind me there, and there's another one back here, and that's Volcan de Atitlan. I believe there's a third one, but you can't see it right now, and I don't actually know the name of the third one, but I'll have to look into that. Guatemala is part of the Ring of Fire, which is a very active tectonic part of the world, which basically surrounds the entire Pacific Ocean. And So it's very, very volcanic and technically active here, tectonically active here. And this is actually, the lake sits inside of an ancient caldera from, I imagine, some sort of super volcano, because this is just an enormous lake. And as you could imagine, all the ridges and stuff that you can see around the lake and above all these towns here are actually the rim of the caldera. So it kind of gives you an idea of how absolutely massive this caldera actually is. So this behind me is actually a giant platform you can jump off of into the lake, which is probably like over 30 feet, I'd imagine. I think they said it's like 12 meters, which is, I don't know, 35 feet, I think, something like that. But it's pretty far down. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that right now. I'm not really much for cliff jumping, to be honest with you. I don't really enjoy it, never have, but if you do like cliff jumping, that would probably be a lot of fun for you to try out. This nature reserve has some pretty nice little hiking trails you can just wander around on. Some areas just, you know, sit down and chill. And also at the top here, there's a really nice view of San Marcos from above. I'm heading back down out of nature reserve. Definitely well worth the visit, especially for only $2. If you're here, you might as well come in and check it out, especially if you like to get out in nature and do a little bit of hiking or walking around, especially going up to the top. There's a really beautiful view of the town of San Marcos. But I'm getting pretty hungry right now, and also it's starting to get pretty cloudy, so I think I'm going to head back into town. Well, I hope that gave you guys a little bit of a taste of what the town of San Marcos on Lake Atitlan here in Guatemala is like. And yeah, that was kind of just like a short little video, but I definitely have more coming here in the near future. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm just going to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video here in Guatemala.